Hi friends, today I am talking about how a company can be sold. Sale can happen for various reasons, and sale can happen because somebody wants to buy the company as is where is. Company is always sold in its completeness, never in part. So when a company is sold, what are the precautions and how the documentation should take place, and why a company is sold. A company is sold or acquired by another person or company when a company is a very high profit making company and another strategic investor wants to buy that company by taking 100% shares of that company or buying more than 51% share of the company, where still it is said acquiring of a company which is never a part, even though my holding is majority shareholding. Sometimes the company may have only a property as an asset, and instead of buying the asset alone, the buyer may want to buy the company. In either case, it's a company purchase which is happening, and in which case documentation remains the same. I'm talking about the documentation, I'm not talking about the due diligence. Hence, it is understood the buyer has done the due diligence, he has taken care of all the parameters of taking due care for the future so that he is not caught by any surprise in the future, and now the stage has come where the documentation has to happen. So when we do the documentation for company sale purchase, from the buyer's point of view, it is more important that how to document it so that they don't have to go back to the sellers time and again in the future for any signing of the papers, for any dependence on them, and in case there is any liability arising in future for the activities of the past, then the seller do not abscond or do not take away the due portion of their liability, if at all there. Whether it's a statutory liability, whether it's a contractual liability, whether it's a liability which is not represented into the balance sheet, hence it did not came to the light of the buyer, hence it could be any sort of a liability. So when we make a document for companies buying selling, the buyer's lawyer or buyer's chartered accountant or buyer's in-house team should do the following things. First is change the directors, appoint new directors and get the old directors resigned. Second is change the registered office of the company so that any communication comes in the future comes to your knowledge and to your address. Third is you have to buy the shares of the company. Assuming you are buying 100% shares, then all the share certificates need to be endorsed, money need to be exchanged, receipt for money paid to be done, company's share valuation to be done so that there is no hit of section 56 of Income Tax Act, whereby inadequate consideration is counted by the any tax officer. Stamping, share transfer of stamping 0.25% is endorsed on the share transfer deed. Share transfer deed is duly signed by transferor, transferee and witnessed. It is duly filled, a board meeting is held the same day. Board meeting is approving the share transfer in favor of the buyer's nominee. There has to be at least 2 new shareholders in a case of private limited company and at least 7 shareholders in the case of public limited company being acquired. This process of share transfer denotes entirely in terms of your complete acquisition of the company. Hence, any flaw left here will create a trouble in the future. You need to be ensure that the money is paid as per the share transfer deed from buyer to the seller shareholder. Share transfer deed is executed properly. It is minuted properly. In the minutes of the share transfer, I would personally tell you to have the old directors hold the meeting, which is the seller director. They transfer the shares. They appoint and acknowledge that the share transfers are registered. Share certificates are endorsed for share transfer by the old directors, and then the old directors resign from directorship, which means they cannot deny in future that the share transfer was done later on by them, by the buyer's person or anything like that part. In addition to these three main aspects, any title deeds of the property documents to be exchanged, so hence a list of all the files being handed over to the buyer's nominee is to be made and signed by sellers and buyer. Last and the least is an indemnity is signed, an affidavit is signed by the erstwhile going directors and shareholders, suggesting and confirming that there is no contingent or known liability which is not reflected into the balance sheet under any act, whether income tax, customs, FEMA, VAT, GST, service tax as applicable, or under any personal laws or under employment contract for anything and everything. And if there is anything which is a contingent, it should be listed. And if it is listed as a contingent, how the provision to be take care so that some of the money is kept by the buyer to meet the contingency of that contingent liability. All those things are listed and signed and executed properly. There is a share purchase agreement which is signed by the seller and the buyer and the company, and this completes the documentation. The contents of all these documents has to be by a proper legal and commercial person so that any error left at this stage should not jeopardize your future plans. You should consult legal and commercial team of yours or your in-house consultants or your chartered accountant auditors to ensure that everything is done smooth and nice way. Thank you, friends.